So here we have all the, at the moment what we are looking at is, these are the conditions that must be fulfilled before you can start the engine. As it is now, it is showing green, so that means that everything is set. So we can basically start the engine. So
it says 4.0 bar. What does that mean? So the pressure of the, is that the pressure of the?
No, that means oil? Yes. It is more than 4 bars. So
okay.
And that is the 4 bars is the minimum pressure that you need for the fuel in.
What's the maximum pressure you need?
It can go up to 7.
What do they mean by HT water? HT water temperature.
High temperature water. High water temperature. And then you have the starting air pressure. You have the control air pressure. And the AVR, that is the automatic.
So now when the engine is on,
yes,
you can sit here and see what is going on.
You can see all the parameters in terms of the output and all the other parameters like the current, the voltage, and the energy that is being supplied. Everything is set because if it shows red, then that means that one of the conditions is not fulfilled. But everything is green, so that means that every condition for an easy start of the engine is.
Yeah, but this is still moving up. Say maximum available kilowatts. It's still going on, and the engine is not on. Why?
No, because that's the setting.
Okay.
You know, you put a setting for it. That means this is what you can, you can have an install capacity and then the available capacity, because it also depends on the temperature and other operating conditions.
Okay.
So this is why normally you don't give it 100%, maybe you give it 85%, 90%, and that is what it is showing there. It is showing 0 because it's not in
it's
our
not starting.
Yes.
Okay. So can we start now?
As it is now, we have the auxiliaries.
What I don't understand is, you said you at what 11
kV.
kV.
We are,
and
yes.
The transmission line is 33.
33, yes. So in order to pump into that,
how does it move from 11 to 33?
You step it up.
Okay.
You step it up by transforming it from 11 kV
with
to
a
33.
With
a step of transformer.
Okay.
That is just by the entrance there.
Okay, where the kids were sitting next to.
Yes.
Okay.
So when it, at the moment it is showing red because, it's, the breaker is off because the engine has not started. So, but we are getting energy from the system now.
Okay.
That is feeding into here through our auxiliary transformer to supply the auxiliaries, to enable us to start the engine.
Okay, now, I've seen automatic shut-off in case of something is wrong.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a backup system where if it goes off all of a sudden, there is no blackout for the office here, so that
yes, we have, this is why we have a smaller generator, black start generator, which is also connected. So once the voltage is lost, it starts automatically to feed into our auxiliaries, and then we can work on the conditions.
You know why I'm asking that? Because there was a time the go-to power station went off, and there were no lights.
In this case, you can start from the black start, or if you lose the system here, whilst the system is working, you can also tap from. So you have 2 alternative sources of supplying your auxiliaries, either through the network or
the guy from Wasilla.
From the outside.
Yes. What does Wasilla mean?
It's the name of an old town, yes. Where the company was founded. Very long time ago.
Okay, so we start from here, or I think it's better, or we have to start from there?
No, you can start from there.
You press this one.
No, over there. Yeah. Nico will show you.
Can push here.
This one.
To start.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Very nice.
Is the area soundproof or the generator is not making much noise? Because in Kotu it will like woo.
It's very well.
That's why you isolate the control room, so that the noise from the generator does not disturb the people in the control room.
If you would close the doors, then
Those also, the noise will be
down.
going down because you have an insulation in the walls to some sort of dampen the noise outside.
What's the lifespan of the generator? The lifespan of the generator. If it is taken care of.
30 years. Normal. It can be longer.
Yeah. Normally we take for operational reasons 20, 25.
Yeah.
25 was the useful life.
Yes.
We have engines like this from 1978 still running.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to say when it ends.
So the maximum lifespan depends on how much care you put into taking care of it.
Exactly.
How long it will last will depend on how well you manage it or how badly you handle it. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Power outage is not a capacity problem. It's a network problem. Remember that we have to overhaul the whole system to modernize it in order to make sure, because now incur at least 30% loss on transmission. So if you don't have electricity, don't say, oh, the generator, they just commissioned a generator. Why should we have power outage? No. It's because the transmission lines have to be rehabilitated. We have to replace them. Also, the relay stations have to be modernized. Okay? Transformer stations have to be built. And there is so much demand, and they can also get overheated, these wires that we are seeing. So we inherited two problems. One, small capacity and a very archaic network system. And that is why some of you can illegally tap into electricity for a whole year without paying a bill. I don't want governments to say, they just commissioned a 9 megawatt and they are still outages. Do you understand?
The IPP, all the power will pass through here, and then finally we send it into the network, because if each and every power station starts sending in, there are normally imbalances, and that can create some instability in the system. So that's why for the two power stations, the energy will converge here, and then from there we evacuate it. That's why we have interconnection for
okay, you're saying overcurrent and earth fault. Really?
Yes.
What does it mean? What is it telling us? It's a message.
Yes, because now the load is not, the engine is not loaded.
Okay.
The engine is not loaded, so obviously you have this thing. So when it runs without loading it for quite some time, it triggers an alarm, and then afterwards it even shuts down on reverse power. Okay. So we also have provision for additional outgoing feeders.
Okay. Yeah. Because I prefer us building into the future than just building and then starting afresh.
That's what they did this time.
Because we always build backwards instead of building into the future. So if you have another one like this, if code was configured in such a way, we wouldn't have the problems we are having now.
Already the cables are laid.
Yes, I've seen that.
So they are there. So once the line is ready, we just hook it and then start supplying.